Hi guys, I'm Mr. Bean 35000 VR and this is my first video submission to NinBuzz. With me today I have my younger brother Chadderz.
Hello.
Who, as some of you may know, is responsible for designing the application that allows the creation of custom tracks in Mario Kart Wii, which is what we're looking at today.
This track is Kartwood Creek and it was designed by
user Jughead870 on YouTube, also known as Richard Petty. This was his first ever custom track, and it's frankly better than the majority of the tracks we see hanging around made by users.
I think what really makes this track for me is it looks a lot more beautiful than the average custom track.
I would agree with that one.
Although it may not be very complex in its layout and it doesn't have any hills certainly.
Quite scenic.
It's very scenic, yes. This is a random online room.
Well, it's not completely random, no. It was organised, but I didn't tell anyone what I was doing this for.
So this is an online friend room, and I think we've got...
it should be a full room of 12 players, however, one of the players is not playing with us, so to speak. He's gone off to GTN Mario Circuit instead, because he didn't bother to bring the custom track along with him.
You may see the Funky Kong hedges coming in on the map. That's him playing the original course rather than our modification.
Well, in fairness, it's a good thing he stayed out of the way. He didn't go winning this race or anything like that. So, I'd have been more annoyed if he had, frankly. This race was very tight-packed, as you might be able to see if you haven't been listening to the wonderful sounds of our voices and not actually paying attention to what's going on in the video. It's been very hard to gain any positions, and all I've seemed to have done is shuffled up and down repeatedly, without making much progress at all.
Nice dodge.
Thank you. I assure you I didn't plan it. Well, I did, but it's a wonder it worked so well. The main fatal flaw of this race was doing this. I mean, as soon as I've done that, by true love of Mario Kart, 5th becomes 6th becomes 7th, and I narrowly avoid taking 8. Okay. And it's gone.
Now we lead into Mushroom Peaks.
Yes, this was the fourth ever properly constructed custom track. It was made by me.
And it's very popular. I quite like about this one is it's the use of mushrooms. I mean, you'll see in a second. I mean, as you can see already, we've already got a few mushroom sections.
Yeah, and my driving skill today was terrible, which is actually why I selected this race.
Whoops.
Yes, the respawns on this track are thoroughly evil.
So all the way back here, unfortunately.
In 12, which became 11th because someone else decided to fall off as well. Now, question. I've got a lovely golden mushroom. What the hell am I going to do with this? Narrowly avoid falling off there, yes. Now, there are two kinds of mushrooms here. This route is the harder route.
And I'll think
that usually works. You're supposed to be able to bounce between those mushrooms quite easily, but you're supposed to take a mushroom to the end.
The route
At this point, I was getting impatient.
The route straight ahead is not recommended for beginners.
And it's not recommended for anyone without a mushroom either. Here I am, off I go.
Far easier, although apart from you're going to do the bullet bill trick like that guy who just did.
Yeah, that's a nice start. Similar to short on this track. Either way, I was hoping this would work, and it didn't.
Unfortunately not, and due to the cruel respawns, he's all the way back
in 12 once more. But the great thing about this track is its respawns. It's designed to reward people who can stay on the track. Which not a lot of people can. Yeah, I'm making this seem very difficult. I'm not usually this terrible at it.
But in fairness, the mushroom section is fairly difficult, and I quite like it as a feature in a custom track, you know. It's showing us something that Nintendo didn't use an awful lot. I mean, yes, we did have that large mushroom section in Mushroom Gorge, but it wasn't all that long. I think that guy just went the wrong way.
He did, he totally went the wrong way.
Handy mushroom?
No, it wasn't handy at all. It was kind of there on the speed boost and would take you to the same speed as the speed boost, but by a true rule of video game nature, ooh, boost item! I go fetch. And if you notice, when I come back next time, the second one isn't there either.
Now that's a good move on that last mushroom we just had. That's actually incredibly hard to pull off, in my opinion.
All you have to do is drift off the edge of the ramp and land on the mushrooms.
I must admit, I never was very good at this game.
You're not bad, in fairness. Oh, I've got another golden mushroom. They're the same plan as on lap 1, only this time, this is what was supposed to happen on lap 1, but didn't.
The mushroom can really help at some points.
Yeah, I will demonstrate this in a minute. the last mushroom is designed to be very hard to access without a mushroom, but it becomes very easy if you just buy a mushroom. You get casually here, casually there, and then just kind of make a weird flying motion through the air that looks suspiciously like Ninja, but isn't. And yeah, you land, and that's put me up a lot of places, considering I was in 12th not too long ago.
Yeah, that's really saved time. I mean, the main mushroom route, compared to the shortcutty one, is obviously so much slower, but the majority of players can't do it reliably.
If I do not have any mushrooms, I will not take the fast route, simply because I know I won't land it.
Exactly. It's
so
very hard.
fluky for me to land it, that it's not worth my time even trying.
But it has made the time trials rather cool. You
No.
don't have to use them.
Well, no. In the time trials, people have the 3 mushrooms and the
but
method.
you can only use 1, whereas the golden mushroom you use 2.
I use 2, but if you fire it at just the right moment, the mushroom will carry over, so it's alright. I mean, I did a time trial way back when the first track was first released, and I used my mushrooms on the second to last one, was it? Because that would give me enough height to get onto the final one. Anyway,
This is the proper mushroom
yeah.
route.
There is a specific way to trick across these mushrooms. Oddly, I didn't follow it. For some reason, you know, I wasn't supposed to trick on that 4th mushroom back there. The result is I overshot the next set of mushrooms.
Yeah.
The idea is to be cruel, basically. You have to know when you're supposed to be doing your tricks and when you're not supposed to.
Tried this track to really get the technique down.
Yeah.
It's fun to watch on the mini-map sometimes as people attempt these shortcuts. You can see them respawning all over the place.
I mean, yeah. Even the easier route is hard enough if you watch Funky Kong's already just fallen off on the right-hand side. Anyway, here's a stroke of luck for me coming right up. I was hoping for mushrooms, but I didn't get them. But this Luigi suddenly decided he's going off on a Sunday drive in the wrong direction.
You have to admit, though, this course is rather easy to get yourself turned around in. There's nice large sections of road that all look the sort of same. You can turn around and then you can
But that's what the map is for! I included
true.
a beautiful, lovely map and nobody reads it. It helps to memorise the track in fairness. Anyway, I think this race is about to end.
Excellent third.
Curse your... Chadderz, curse your instant transitions. This next track is called Incendia Castle. It was made by me again. This isn't meant to be some kind of advertising policy for my custom tracks, and so therefore I didn't actually throw in Kartwood Creek on a whim. I do plan to do more of these videos, because constantly people are designing new tracks, and I'm just planning to put up a video when the next update comes out, which will be when I get off, when it happens to make it. But then again, I am working on a couple of tracks.
The reason why we're showing our tracks more is, of course, because we tend to show new things, new features, because obviously I've developed programs, so obviously Mr. Bean gets access to the new features first.
Yeah, it's unfair to all nice people who like to design tracks.
But I need someone to test it, really. Anyway, so this track has got some very interesting features, as people who don't know are about to see.
Yes. Lap 1 on this track. Well, examine the mini-map right now. I dare you. It's a horrible mini-map at the best of times, but you can see what clearly the fastest route would be. But here's the curveball. The floor in this first room has lowered, so you cannot take the lap 1 route again. You've now got a completely different route to take on lap 2.
It's fun. Every lap you have to take a different route around the course.
And lap 2 interacts with lap 1 briefly, and lap 3 interacts with lap 2.
Just to keep things complicated.
Yeah. So, at the top of this boost here, jump into the lap 1 passageway again. Only it would have been a lot quicker, and this floor has now gone, so you're now diverted off into a different passageway. And you're now down in unknown territories, and you're supposed to have seen the entire track once before. No, guess again, you haven't. That sounded so fake, dear brother of mine.
It's designed to keep the people guessing, really. First time you try it, it's very hard to play the track because every lap you get something different.
This was the first track to include a cannon as well.
This is a cruel trick here. If you take that boost now, you'll fall into the lava.
Yeah, the platform that I leapt onto is now gone, as you can see when I was just brutally drifting around that corner. It's not there anymore.
But on the first lap, it's a handy shortcut.
You really need to know this track in order to, like, get round it in one piece.
But it is a very fun track.
It is, it is. Anyways,
and now for the lap 3 route.
The floor is even harsher and steeper downwards now. I get the feeling I was running out of room in that first area.
Well, I think it works quite nicely.
Do you ever get tired of doing a fake lap?
Yeah,
it's a good thing they couldn't see that hand gesture, yeah!
And also, this track obviously makes interesting use of these boulders flying through the air.
Yes, I spent a long time making this work.
Unfortunately, we don't really see that many in this particular video.
No. You'll also see in a minute, as a blue shell comes hurtling behind me, and I get hit by it on this ramp, that I never actually put a ceiling on the castle. The walls are just really, really high.
Thought no one would ever see.
So that's the thing. That's what game developers do. If they don't think someone's going to see a particular aspect of their game, why would they ever build it? Now this was very acrobatic and completely unintentional. But I thought I'd mention it because I'm pretty pleased to salvage that.
Could have gone wrong.
Yes.
Anyway, back at the final section again.
Yeah, this is the only constant area, and it's the last section. And I actually regret making it with so much grass because I fancied seeing in time trials people use mushrooms on different laps in varying ways, but instead everyone just cuts off this final corner with that mushroom.
Never mind.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you for watching.
Oh yes, that's it. We're running out. You've got another rapid transition. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.